5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Hello, I'm here. Do not move those dials. How are you doing? I'm pressing buttons left, right, and centre. And does that one work? No. Does that one work? No. Oh dear, that one. There we go. That one might. Welcome along to the weekly "How Many Can Leicester City Lose By Today" show. I'm not saying I'm not feeling positive, but if anybody watched the show last night, which I've got to say it's got over 500 views, and I only went on to do a quick 15-minute rant to get it off my chest, and ended up being over an hour. I just personally, I'm falling out of love with my club. I'm not saying that I don't support it, and I'm not saying I will go and support another team. And I don't even think I can blame totally, although I probably will at some time today, the manager. I just do not love my team anymore. They've literally got me, so I can't. I was supposed to be doing a watch-along Boxing Day. Tom had agreed to come in. Wayne was coming on afterwards to join us as well. And I cancelled it because I just couldn't be bothered to do it. And I was going to go, I thought I'll go and see my family. Normally, Boxing Day, can't wait to get away from the in-laws. But this time, I preferred to go to the in-laws. And it was a very nice Boxing Day, I will say that. And I preferred to do that than sit here and watch 11 players who couldn't give a fucking shit about the club running around for 90 minutes pretending that they're actually footballers. Anyway, we're going to start positive, aren't we? Holy fuck, you know. I mean, the question, well, we'll tell you what, we'll save the question for when we bring my co-host in this evening, Wayne. It is, though, and thank God, the last game of 2025. How glad are we to see this year fuck off? Next year can't be any worse, can it? Well, in the words of of a certain Irish manager, it can. Here we go. Let's get Wayne in. It can't get any worse next year, can it, Mick?
It can.
Wayne, Mr. Positivity, shine some light on us. How many are we going to get stuffed by today?
I've got us down for 2-2, Chris.
Yeah. Well, I haven't got us down for anything because the last 2 weeks I haven't even predicted, and I should be, as I said to you just before we came live, I should be kicked out of the fantasy league. And you then said to me, "No, Paul Rand can stay in it," and I went, "I don't want to. I want to go want Brad to kick me out. We'll just say a few hellos and hoping people had a very, very, very good Christmas. Gray's in. Are you ready for another perilous sea voyage? Tell you what, this hasn't even hit the Titanic yet, and we're sinking. It's already got a hole. And well, let's not go there. So hi, Gray. Ray says evening all. Same lineup, basically same result. Lather, rinse, repeat. Definitely. Nate is in from America, Arizona, I believe. Good evening, Nate. How you doing? Dawn is in. She's at the ground. Tell us. Keep us don't keep us updated with scores because you'll probably see them before we do. But don't let us know. I mean, and certainly don't let us know every time Derby score because you'll never be off your phone. But do let us know what the atmosphere is like there. Ray's in. Hi, Ray. How you doing? Have a great time. It says Ray to Dawn. Sack the bloody lot of them. Andrea, Merry Christmas, indeed to you as well. Gray says, evening, Wayne. Stuart Russell says, not very convinced with that team. Gray's gone 3-1 to them. Michael is in. Michael Phillips, hi, Chris and Wayne. It looks like with that lineup, Marty's doing a rude. Some shit week in, week out. Marty has given up. Stuart's in. Hi, Chris and Wayne. Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Look, let's look. I mean, first of all, I'm putting the team. The team's going across the bottom. Let's. Well, first of all, we'll get to the team, but these are the fixtures tonight. Wayne, Coventry at the moment are drawing 0-0 with Ipswich. And cheers, everybody. By the way, I've started early. You know when everybody used to watch Blue Peter, and of course the news this week that Blue Peter will no longer be live, so there'll be no more shitting elephants on the show for those of you that are old enough to remember. But here's one I prepared earlier.
Oh, Chris, get it in early. But you picked the wrong game to stop drinking, didn't you?
Yes, indeed I did. Indeed I bloody did. Right, so Leicester Derby, Middlesbrough Hull, Millwall Bristol, Norwich Watford, Oxford Swansea, Portsmouth Charlton, Wednesday Blackburn, Stoke playing Sheffield United, West Brom versus QPR, Wrexham Preston, and Birmingham Southampton. I mean, I always say there's some good games sort of in there. But and I'm not going to use this as an excuse, but anybody can beat anybody in this league this season.
Well, the can. I mean, some of the results we've had, like that with the Wrexham game, wasn't it? 5-3. But not that was just crazy. What was the score in? Yeah. So what was the score in that Wrexham game? Yeah, Wrexham 5, Sheffield United 3, and Sheffield United looked like they were almost unstoppable climbing the table. So yeah. Definitely. I think, Stoke drew with Preston. Chef Wednesday drew 2 each with Hull, who are having a brilliant season. So, Norwich won again. Blackburn drew against Middlesbrough. And the craziest result out of all the week last weekend was Leicester losing to Watford.
Wow.
That's a joke, Chris.
Well, in fairness, though, we'd had those 3 wins before Christmas, hadn't we? And, who else? I mean, it's only Leicester. We've said this so many times, don't we? They can go out and they'll get a result against Ipswich, who are the informed team, and going along, and then we totally cock it up against the team that we should be beating. But it is totally and utterly a weird thing. Gray said when he was 14, he had a thing for Valerie Singleton.
Bit of posh bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a bit of posh there. Me, it was Anthea Redfern. Although I do think I was about 25 at the time, but
those are kicks, wasn't it, Chris?
Exactly. And all I can say is, get down, Shep. Right. Here's the facts and figures though about the league. We're somehow managing to. Well, we're in 14th. Look, anybody who saw it last night will know, bloody hell, Coventry have had one shot in the first half.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Ipswich 13. I mean, look, Coventry are top of every single, whether it's, whatever match stat you want to quote, Coventry are there or thereabouts at the top. One shot for them. And I can just say this league is absolutely so unbelievable. I mean, 14th, I don't think with this form, we wouldn't have been 14th last time we were here. I think we'd have been further near the bottom. We're very lucky that it is one of those leagues, I think, this year where anything can happen. But we've still got to look over our shoulder at the possibility of a points deduction.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see whoever buys each other a pint out of you and Tom with that one, Chris, when that result comes out.
Yes, indeed. But look, Coventry is still there. I mean, we're 14th. I'm not going to say a win today will take us up to 10th or anything like that, because it all depends what the other teams are doing. But when you look at, as we do the other figures down the side, top goal scorers, Coventry City, Adam Armstrong with 11. They've also got Brandon Lathanti in there with 10, so they've got 2 in there. Most assists, though, Abdul Fatawu is third with 6. And clean sheets, let's not look at that, shall we not?
Carlton Morris is third highest scorer with 10 goals. He plays for Derby, doesn't he?
Yes, indeed he does. I was trying to pretend you hadn't noticed that, but he does.
Aguiman has 6 goals, which equals our highest scorer, JJ.
I mean, they are missing some players tonight, aren't they? But we'll come on to that in a second. But we won't talk about the best defence either. I mean, it's got to be pizzas all round, isn't it? If we manage to keep a clean sheet tonight,
I can't see it happening, Chris. Not with our the amount of goals we let in. I just don't think with defence. I don't think we've actually sorted the defence out into a regular back four. If Martin wants to play a back four, and he's trying different things. And I mean, Akoli, I noticed JJ in the post match called it a stupid mistake that led to the first goal, and it was just a very basic error that anybody on a Saturday or Sunday pot football would be embarrassed to make.
Yeah. Adam Armstrong, sorry, Southampton. I apologise, not Coventry. I should have gone to Specsavers. Look, here's the 11. And somebody said with this 11, we might as well give up and go home now. I don't think there's probably a better 11 you could have picked.
No, you got that. And this is the thing why I think you feel quite dejected, and a lot of fans do feel dejected. There's some sort of demonstrations going on because we are in a bad place because we've got such a lot of historically bad players that we should have cleared out. And I just think it's going to be a painful year. And this is, as you say, the best side we could probably put out. And what's the crazy thing is that Jordan Ayew is keeping out the 2 other attackers. He's starting every time as the number 9 because there's nobody better. And in the last game, he played a blinder in the last game, actually. He works his socks off. But we should have people challenging him, but we've not got anybody to challenge him.
I mean, look, we've lost Daka. And let's be honest with you, if he scores another goal, we might not get, he might have him back for the rest of the season. Can't even.
He'll be A&E, Chris, won't he? He'll be down the A&E.
Exactly, mate. Carranza is on the bench last week, and not the last game, the game before that, the QPR game. We needed a striker. Carranza was sat on the bench. Who did we bring on? Silko Thomas. I mean, Carranza must know he's going in January, I'd say, because we can't do another Edward and keep paying his. And hopefully we've not committed to a year with him. But I did say at the start, I'm not convinced with American football players. I'm sorry. I really, really.
You did that, Chris. And the thing is, what was it you said? Why even have him on the bench? Because it's clear he's got no intention of playing him.
Where is Jake Edwards? Good enough for England, not good enough for Leicester. You know, he made it on the bench. He's not even on the bench. Why is he picking Carranza over Edwards? You know, all this these youngsters have got to be given 10, 15 minutes here and there. Where the fuck are they going to get those 10, 15 minutes from when this knobhead doesn't pick them?
Yeah, I agree with Armchair. I do think Silko Thomas, on the times he's come on, he deserves to get more than 15 minutes at the end of the game.
But is he a striker?
He's not, but I think he's shown a lot of attacking intent and cleverness around the box. Yeah, coming in from the wing, definitely. But I think he deserves more of a start than maybe Fatawu, because even Mavididi, I'm not a fan of Mavididi. I don't mean he's not a nice guy, but he's not got the confidence to play high-grade professional football. Because if you're not confident, then I'm sorry, that's a part of the game. You know, it's sport. You have to have a winning mentality. Totally.
Look, you know, I'm all for giving the youngsters more time, more starts, definitely. But I'm also for putting, right pegs, square pegs in square holes. And I'm going to come on to Marty afterwards in a bit more detail. But I don't think, looking at let's have a look at the back line first of all, and starting with Jakub. I would, and look, like I said that in the QPR game, I have put on 5 stone. I've eaten that much humble pie, but I was not a fan of Bekovic. But I would have him in there now because of his experience, because he commands the air. You know, he shouts. I'm not convinced by Jakub, and I thought I was at the start of the season, but he makes some silly bloody mistakes. And, we can all sit here and go, yeah, well, he's told to play out from the back and all that. But even if you're told to play out from the back, there's got to be times when you've got to think, I need to boot it upfield.
Yeah, I've not got confidence in him playing out from the back, but a lot of, even when you watch Premier League matches, some of the goalkeepers make howling mistakes, and being told to play out for the back. Yeah, that's a topic for another day, maybe, that whole subject. But Jakub, the 2 goals didn't come from extremely brilliant build-up play or a 20-move pass. It just come from 2 defensive balls-ups, basically.
Yeah.
Cole losing the ball and Jakub coming out for the ball and not even getting there. And I'm not being funny. There wasn't it was like three deep players in front of him. He only had to get past one player to get his hand on the ball, and he couldn't do that. So, yeah, those 2 mistakes cost us that game.
It did, but like I say, there has to be that these guys aren't robots. If they're told that they have to sort of play out from the back, they've still got to think at some point, there's nobody for me to play to. That guy's got a marker on him. Oh, I'm told to play out from the back. I've got to. They've got to have the brains. And there's always a joke about footballers not having brains, isn't there? And yet, why isn't Jakub making those decisions? He's not a child. He's not he's not playing for the under-10s. He's an adult. He's first choice goalkeeper. He must know when to play it out and when not to play it out.
Yeah, and even the teams that play that system, they one thing I've noticed, I've watched quite a lot of the Premier League because I'm doing a fancy thing with old football mates. And one thing that's about the Premier League is the goalkeepers, although the 1 or 2 make really bad mistakes, in general, you could tell some of those goalkeepers, because what it is, like someone like Enzo Maresca would say, at all costs, play it out from the back. That's the system we play. We play till we get it right. Whereas other managers, like your Sunderland managers, Leeds with Calvert-Lewin, a lot of managers play the long ball. So the goalkeepers do play the long ball if the safe pass is not on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We will, in a second, we will get Kate's thoughts on the team. Everybody's going Chowdhury at right back. Oh, no. We knew this was going to happen. To be honest with you, I'm still Ricardo out in the summer. We're not going to get anything for him in the. Well, obviously he'll go in a free in the summer. I'm all for him going next month. I really am. Don't think we'll get much for him, if anything, but we'll save 75 grand a week on wages. He doesn't offer anything. He's not a captain. You know, when you're relying on your two elder players, as in Ayew and Dakova Reed, to get the huddle together to tell the players to sort themselves out, and it's the fucking captain's job to do that. And it's like, well, he's better than Chowdhury. Well, I don't necessarily think he is at the moment. He gets a booking virtually every game. His legs have gone. You know, how can you have a captain that can't play 2 games in a week?
Exactly, Chris. Exactly. It's complete madness, isn't it?
You know, it's like if making me a manager of a department, and then I'm saying, yeah, I can only do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, though.
I know, and I think what it is I think lots of things indicate the transit. We are in a transitional period with our club, definitely, and we're in the painful part of the transition. But the good thing about it is, it's like with although some of this pain that comes along with it, we are having a clear out, and will continue to. So Daka will be gone. You know, who else will be gone? Winks will be gone with his shit attitude. Samari will be gone. So we'll be getting rid of a lot of these players, and then you can, because you know, I think we tried to patch, hopefully getting back in the Premier League. Forget that. Get rid of all the dross. Get rid of all the overpaid players. Get rid of the players that are too old. And let's have a fresh. Let's go for 23 to 22 to 25 to 26 with 1 or 2 older heads in 26, 27. That's it. That's the age limit we need.
Yeah. I mean, but this transition, you know, putting players in the squad to make, and I know he's not doing now, but you can't put players in the squad to try and get some money for them in January when that's costing you games and you're losing points whilst you're doing that. I'm glad to say, I mean, apparently Vestergaard, well, according to the Mercury, he was fit and could have come back. He's not even on the subs bench. And we are looking at a Coley and Nelson as our back two. Now, there's transition for you.
Yeah, Coley, I don't think he's got mistakes in him. And he's not really he's not as comfortable on the ball as someone. We need somebody else like Nelson. So we need somebody like a younger Vestergaard. Vestergaard's got to go. We need another younger central defender.
Does he have to go?
I think he's got to, Chris. I don't think we can. If the idea of this year is to solidify, get rid of all the dross, develop the squad to be stronger mentally, because that's another thing. A lot of these players are not mentally strong enough. I think he's got to go because he is way too slow. He's got
another season with us, so he doesn't expire. His contract doesn't expire in the summer. He's got another 12 months after that, and I'm just thinking the other players that I want to see go in there, we need to maybe keep him as the one, if you like, because he does organise the defence. You know, yes, we know what his faults are. We know he can't run. You know, there's pensioners in wheelchairs that will go past him on the pitch. But you know, we know you got to kind of match that up with sort of what he does good. But I mean, again, that's as good as it gets. Thomas at left back. Again, who else is there at the moment?
Exactly. He's let down by Steffi and Mongo. You know, they don't give him enough protection.
No.
And if midfield 2 are, because I noticed in the Premier League, was it Arsenal had 4-3-3 and Man City had 4-3-2-1. So they had 3 people in front of the defence, whereas we've only got 2 and got 2 wingers and number 10. So, you know, all this like 4-2-3-1, a lot of really intelligent managers play different formation. And we need either 4-3 or a 5-2. But if we haven't got that, the wingers do not, these 2 wingers, especially Mavididi, where his mind is, they don't help the defence enough. And I played in defence. I was midfield, sometimes on the wing, sometimes in defence. If you get a lazy winger in front of you, you can look a right twat, pardon my French.
Yeah.
You know, we're marking 2 people. Do you jump out and get the guy run down the wing, knowing you're going to leave it with somebody running into the corner of the box? So it's so difficult.
It is. I mean, Aluko, interestingly, is on the bench.
Yeah.
So he is maybe slowly getting him back, you know, into the squad. But I'm very much a sink or swim. Put the players in, and yes, I also agree with the fact that when you're going into a winning team, it's easier to settle in when you're younger and than it is to joining a losing team. But I say I'm also a sort of throw the baby in the swimming pool. It ain't gonna sink. It will float, but how well it will float, of course, is another question. And I'm kind of going to just say, by the way, do not try that at home.
I was going to say, that's why your boats can now swim the English Channel, Chris.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, it's true. Like I always make the joke. Wayne Rooney wouldn't have made the breakthrough now if he'd still been at if he'd been at Leicester. Oh, he's not quite ready. Oh no, he's not. He's not. Armchair says is uncomfortable criticising Ricardo, but when it's over, it's over. It's true. You've got to accept that. We are holding on to the memories of players too long. We've got to let them go. And Ricardo,
it's like you don't keep a photo of your girlfriend, do you? If you split up, you don't keep a photo of your girlfriend on the mantelpiece.
Sorry, just take my photograph down. The nasty man doesn't mean that.
I know. You've got to cut you got to have a clean. You just got to break it.
I mean, Vardy was a bit different, but maybe if he'd gone a couple of seasons earlier, who knows? Another striker may have come through. We will never know. But it is very true. Two in front of that, James and Skip. Look, I mean, I just think Skip is the captain of the redemption team. And I've said so many times that we've got, a player here who every time anybody complained, they added another couple of million onto his, what we paid for him. I wanted to see him with Winks. I thought they'd team up. When they did team up, they were fucking awful. But it's funny that Winks was dropped and Samare had a fairly decent game without him. He's obviously out of favour now, and I don't think we'll probably see him in a Leicester shirt again, I'm hoping. And Skip's doing very well, and he's on the longest contract as well. Yeah,
which all the fans who some of our fans are so quick to hate people like Skip.
Yeah.
And they were saying, "Oh, is the club mad?" John working, thinking, "Hang on a minute, Skip is the one guy." Yeah, it's like Gray said. He said, "Winks, £90,000 a week doing sweep FA," and then you got Skip, who's gone through all that thing. That would have fed back to him what the fans were saying about him. He's been asked to play left back, centre half. He's brilliant in midfield. In fact, I'd say that's probably maybe in the top 3 central midfield too in the Championship.
Yeah,
I really do. That's strong. If they had wingers, if you ever watch a Championship side and some of the teams we've played, I've kept my eye on their wingers. People who've played their wingers back and they track back. Abdul's head's gone and Steffi doesn't do it.
And so well done to Skip anyway. And James, he picks himself, doesn't he? I'd actually give him the captain's armband.
Yeah. Well, who else is in there? There's one other person on that team sheet that I think might get it, but yeah, definitely JJ, Chris. You can't argue with 6 goals.
No,
can you?
No, you can't. You can't. And like I say, I don't want to sort of say I told you so about Skip, but I'll just say...
I don't know, it's so difficult not to look smug at this point.
So I'd slip that one in, I've said that a few times as well.
I don't know why Tom doesn't have you assistant manager for his FM gig with the young kid.
He's got Kingy, hasn't he? A couple of weeks off. If you're wondering what's happened to the football manager, he's having he's having a winter break. Is Tom. Again, look, this is the team I would think that actually was doing well in those 3 games when we got 7 out of 9. So you got to go with it. And how do you change a team that this was the team that beat Ipswich? Possibly Ricardo was in for that. I can't remember. But Chowdhury is captain, Stuart, by the way. I didn't put it up there and I couldn't be asked to go back in and add it on afterwards. But you don't change a winning team, and that team had just beaten Ipswich 3-1, albeit with a couple of wonder goals. Mavididi, I get starting with Mavididi, Bobby, and Fatawu. I do get that, but I don't want to see them finish the game. There's a lot of changes I want to see, and obviously the changes will depend on how the game is going. But I want to see Ramsey coming on. But then again, Bobby's done very, very well. I want to see who do I want to see coming on? Silko Thomas, I want to see coming on. Possibly Louis Page, Monga. All these. Let's play the last 15 minutes with Monga on one side and Thomas on the other. Like I say, it depends obviously how the game's going. But I think as a starting lineup, that is probably as good as I could hope. I love Jordan Ayew and what he brings to the team. I do wish we'd got Jake Edwards and give him a chance, though.
Yeah, I do. I mean, say if Abdul wasn't having a good game or Steffi, you could even bring Ramsey on and put Monga up top. That sort of thing that I would like to see, to be honest, because Ramsey, he definitely could play on the wing. In fact, when he plays, sometimes he's dropping back to the number 8 position, then he's playing inside left. He's just really such a mobile player. But I think Ramsey's coming back from his injury, isn't he? So we've got to be careful. But some of the young kids, though, Chris, I mean, Steffi Mavididi at 28 years old, sometimes he'll do 50 sort of step overs. Yeah. And then he'll try and pass the ball through a player's legs to get past him. I mean, and then that is just like, no.
Haven't we? Him and Fatawu seem to think they're the only players on the pitch because they won't pass to the teammates,
It's ineffective wingers, Chris. We have got, I know Abdul's done the assist, but Steffi, I've never felt that Steffi's fulfilled his potential.
Yeah. Just move Bobby to number 9, and when you bring Ramsey on, says armchair. He seems to at the moment be sticking with Ayew. It's a thin line between, he's got his favourites, like we know Brendan had, and he's got the players that he can only pick. But there are youngsters he can move around. We've all said we'd like to see Monga. I'd love to see Monga up front. Because, what he does on that left wing, if he does that in the centre of the field, he'll have the defenders falling all over. But let's see somebody a lot prettier than you and me, Wayne, and see what Kate has to say about the lineup today.
Hello. Seeing the team sheet, I'm disappointed that Jakob's starting. I think he's made enough mistakes in the last half dozen matches to be substituted with good reason, and I would like to have seen Begovic come in, but I know you don't want to dent people's confidence, but at the end of the day, he's been letting in goals. It's not a case of he's been making some errors that have gone unpunished. A lot of his errors have gone punished. So that's quite frustrating. The back line is, I suppose, as I'd expect, no Ricky P, because he can't play 2 games in that quick succession. But I would have liked to have seen Aluko maybe give him more time. I think it's time for him to up his minutes, because we know what Hamza's about, and he's not my favourite, to be honest. In the middle, I think, as you'd expect, though, I'd like to see Ramsey be given more minutes soon, because he is building up back from injury, so I'd like to see him given at least a half. So yeah, overall that front part of the pitch is okay, but I'd like to see Marty make the subs quicker if we need them. But who knows, we might win 3-1 again today. We shall see.
We might. Sorry, I was just distracted. Outside my window, just saw a pig fly past. But yes, we might win. We might win 3-1. Right, let me just talk me through the subs. The subs are there. Talk me through the subs and what you think of who's on the subs bench.
Yeah, Begovic should be starting. I agree with Kate, and most of us fans are saying Jakob is. You can't make that mistake. Aluko. I would like to see Aluko in. Faz, he's just got to go. Ricardo the same. Page, why isn't he getting more minutes? Why isn't Silko Thomas coming on from 60 minutes? As Kate said, the subs are too late quite often. And Monga, Carranza is going back hopefully. And Monga, I just think he needs to go to a Premier League side, because that will develop his game. And I'm gutted to say that, but it's like with Rude. Will Marty have the guts, or does he have the guts, to make some earlier subs and to bring some of the younger players on, knowing we're not going to get promoted this year. It's a golden opportunity for any manager to not like throw them in for a full 90 minutes, but just give them more of a chance.
Totally. I think we do need to see changes. We have praised him in the past for, making some good substitutions, but he just seems to be leaving it too late now. In the past we were seeing substitutions at half time, and now we seem to be holding on and making subs in the 60th minute. Why, when you know how you were performing badly, why aren't those subs being made earlier?
Sometimes why not putting two strikers on, or what it does like for like, rather than taking a defender off. If you're losing 2-1, you might as well go for a draw. I think he's a bit theories coming into his head a bit with his decisions.
It is. Look, let me ask you about Marty then, because I'll probably have a rant about Marty if we lose. In fact, I know I will. But
go on, Chris. I'm looking forward to it.
Is it all his fault though? I mean, he's been dealt a bad hand. He knew what he was coming in for, and maybe he's getting word from Rudkin and Top. Carry on doing. You're doing as best as you can, but
Yeah. I wonder what the discussion was before, like, can we get up? I think they did believe that because we started quite well, but then the holes in the squad have been exposed. And I just hope they just say, we're not going up. Let's strip out and do the rebuild and try for next year. And Marty is, I did Google what is a great leader. And a great leader inspires, guides people towards a shared vision, gives them purpose, builds the confidence, and instills a fighting spirit. So they're the basic things. And I think the one criticism of Marty is he's talked about we need to fight to the end. He built himself as a aggressive, front-footed, high-pressing, getting the ball forward quickly manager. Who promotes like a real fighting spirit, and a lot of fans, it seems, that they don't believe is given Leicester that fighting spirit mentality. And that, you look at the band of ragamuffins that did the Great Escape. I looked at a photo of them in the changing room. All of them, Albrighton, Ajoa, Shinja, but a fighting spirit was built, and all the best teams. Look at Sunderland in the Premier League. I'll tell you now, you watch any of their matches for 90 minutes against Arsenal, they fought tooth and nail, and they are skillful. So we need to build that back. Martin needs to build, above all, if we had fighting spirit, we probably would have got at least 6 more points on the board. But as soon as the team gets a goal, we sink. Our confidence is really low. And that's the job of a manager, isn't it? You were a manager, Chris. You had to instill confidence in people, didn't you? You had to get them motivated.
Things that I said to my boss were not necessarily the things I said to the team. But that's true. You have to. I can remember one day that I had a custard pie challenge where if they got to a certain amount of sales, they could put a custard pie in my face. Very much David. Very, very David Brent, but I tell you what, we had some damn good sales that day. It was, it's a bit of fun. But the thing is, when I looked at my team and thinking like, right, can these, whatever you put in front of somebody that can't sell, he's not going to start sell. He's not going to start selling. Those names that you just picked out from that team back then could actually play football. A lot of these players just aren't playing football. And obviously when you're going for the Premier League, you are probably going to put a little bit more effort in than you are when you're down the bottom. But you could say, well, it's the influx of foreign players. We don't, they've got no love for the club. It is just a wage to them. But then they should have some pride in their job.
Yeah, what Shinji Okazaki, what nationality was he? What, Ajoa, Argentinian, was he?
Yeah.
We had lots of different, I just think that
No,
You've got to have,
that's a good point.
You've got to have fighting spirit, and that is it's sport. What is sport? Why do we love it? Because we don't know the outcome. It's competitive, and two people are trying their damnedest to win that contest. It could be boxing, it could be football, it could be badminton, it could be darts. And it's the difference is the mental attitude, and that's the reason why we did the Great Escape, and that's why we won the Premier League with that absolute. You look at that photo of the team, a band of journeymen and ragamuffins, basically, and they outperformed.
I saw Mark O'Brighton being interviewed again, and he was saying they used to call themselves the highest paid pub team in the country. That's how they saw it. Gray's agreeing with me. Scott, has anyone wrote this season off? To be honest with you, I think anybody, and again I said this yesterday in the show, anybody who thought this was going to be a good season for us must have been on drugs. Or a borderline alcoholic. There's a lot of fans at the start saying, "Oh, we're going to do so well. Look, we walked this division last time we're in it. We're going to do the same." Yeah, how clever are you feeling now? We were never going to get out of this division. I don't want to get out of this division, because if we get out of this division, the season we will have in the Premier League will make Rude's season look like a walk in the park. That's how bad we are.
Yeah, and look at Wolves, Chris. 2 points.
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah. I mean, Derby must be getting the champagne on ice. But so I don't think many of us, Scott, to be fair, had great expectations for this season. It was because we knew there's a points deduction coming in. I wish they'd sort that out soon. And I just think it's a case of it's all about staying up. It's all about staying up. So I think if we go down to League One, we're not going to come straight back up like we did last time.
No, and it's like Gray said, we won the Premier League through hard work, passion, urgency, and downright determination. People don't realise about Cristiano Ronaldo. People just think he's like, oh, he's just a brilliant footballer. He wears nice hair products and everything like that. My God, like Beckham, he practiced for hundreds and thousands of hours on his free kick.
I don't think any of that. I just think he's a wanker.
Yeah, definitely. But as a specimen of a sportsman, I mean, that header. Have you seen the slow motion video of that header that he does? Absolutely rises right above, about that far above the defender, and he did loads of body conditioning. So the top sports people, it's like all your free kick specialists. They spent attitude is very important, not just skill.
I get that. I agree with you. And in fairness to Ronaldo, look, that was his youth. He was practicing all the time like Beckham was. He also does a lot for charity. My only criticism with him is that he's taken the easy route out. And look, he scored all these goals. Yes, he's in the fucking Conference League of World Football where he is now. Now I don't know if you know.
He has played in every major league, hasn't he, Chris?
He has, in fairness, yes.
Yeah. He's played. One thing Messi didn't do. Messi didn't come to the Premier League to prove how good he was.
No. I've got to say, unfortunately, like I say, I think a lot of he played here, he played there, is white because, well, he's playing in the shittest league in the division, in the world at the moment. But look, this is the Rams starting lineup. I'm just wondering. Let me just see if I can get this up because he was worried about some of his players being fit. The manager, wasn't he, for Derby?
Yeah. So Morris is Morris injured then?
Let's just have a look. I'm sure
Aguiman's out.
Yeah. Derby make 2 changes. Here we go. Ward is suspended after his red card, so he drops out. Adams comes in. Bath also drops out. Somebody must have pulled the plug out. With Sanderson, with Sanderson ineligible to play against parent club Birmingham last time out, coming back in. So those are the 2 changes.
So Aguiman's still injured, and Morris is out as well. So their 2 top strikers are out.
Yes.
I think
What a
Morris was out when we beat them 3-1, wasn't he? Because we played them beginning of December, didn't we?
Yeah, it wasn't that far. Then we've got Sheffield United coming up as well. So it's all very, very close. But I'm just watching the game here. I've no idea where it is. It's the Ballers League, whatever that is. There's a very nice lady on the touchline.
Honestly, I don't want to know, Chris.
Oh, excuse me. Maybe they'll only get 2 goals instead of 6 then, maybe tonight. Right, let's see where we go from here. We don't go anywhere from here. So let's just go back and have a look at this bit. Coventry, I think, are still drawing.
Losing, Chris.
Are they?
1-0.
Well, that my froze and I went onto another screen.
And it's interesting, really. So even before today, Coventry had lost 1, drawn 2 out of the last 6. So they are it. They are. In fact, did you see they had a bust up, didn't they? What team did they have a bust up with?
Oh, I know. Yeah. Lampard was really. Yes.
Yeah. And that shows you
just literally, I've just gone back to that channel and it was 0-0, and I thought, maybe it was VAR, but they've just shown the goal now. I have to say, is that Philogene again? What a goal that was! I don't know if you've actually seen it, mate.
I mean, when they were quite low down, weren't they? A couple of months ago, they are. Yeah.
I mean, it's look. We saw it when we were at the top. It's very easy to get complacent and look at the run we went on. 17 points clear at one point.
Well, don't you think that's what happened at the beginning of this season, Chris? We started to do quite well. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. All the fans thought, piss the league. And you got players like Winks thinking, I can just stroke the ball around and play. No, you're not, because you're playing against fitter, quicker players than you are.
Yeah. Oh, it's Clark that won, that scored it. It's a beautiful chip. What was the Coventry keeper? He was well beaten. Oh, it was a deflection. He tried to put it through the Coventry defender's legs, who was down on his one knee almost. So it went between the gap, hit him as it went through his legs, and somehow went up and over the keeper.
As you said, though, I mean, look at it's at Coventry, and Ipswich have had 15 shots with 6 on target. Compared to, it's just, they're getting battered, aren't they?
I am surprised that it is only taken till now, because in the first half they only had 1 shot in the first half against 15 or something of Ipswich. Ipswich have got 64.3% possession, double the touches in the opposition boxes, 15 shots to Coventry's 6. Ipswich have got 6 on target, which is as many as they've had altogether, Coventry. They're at home. Maybe what's happening to Coventry, we're seeing is like I say, what happened to us under Enzo.
Yeah, because their goalkeeper made 5 saves as well. It's interesting, Gray says, HMS pissed the league, hasn't got out the harbour.
Yeah. That said, they are still 8 points clear of Middlesbrough. So they can, they've not got the 17 that we had, but they're still clear.
Unless Middlesbrough win, and then there'll only be 5 points.
Yes, that is true, because, of course, this was an early kickoff. But look, we're in 14th. Those 3 wins sort of... Do you think it was like a false dawn for us?
I think it was a mental cruelty, Chris. It's like saying, what you could have won.
Yes. But the interesting thing was, before that QPR game, everything that the QPR fans said would happen, happened.
Yeah.
He said that there was a few times in it before he was put on gardening leave when you thought he might get sacked. There was a bit of an Alex when he was at QPR. There was a bit of an Alex Ferguson moment where I think the opposition, I'm not sure whether he said Bristol or not, scored in something like the 93rd minute, which they were drawing, so that would have meant that QPR lost that. It was not allowed. The linesman had put his flag up, and they got the draw, and he didn't get the sack. And he says, and he'll do that. He'll go on a quick run of maybe a couple of games, almost saving his job, getting the most points. And then after that, he goes back to losing 3 or 4 again.
Yeah, I think to me, so the question I would ask is, what is one of the most important parts of the remit that Martin needs for this season, knowing that we're probably going to get a points deduction, and that is build strength of character. So if we do get a points deduction, we've got enough fight in us to not go down. I don't think Marty's done that, and I think a lot of fans just don't believe he's done anything with. We've got a paper thin confidence, like rice paper.
But when you look at some of the players he's got to, he's had to play with, Winks. Well, if he's not in the mood, he doesn't turn up. He doesn't install confidence, does he?
No.
He should be one that's leading.
Yeah, I've got like who's struggling in Leicester City this season. Dakar, woeful. Samari, woeful. Mavadidi, I don't think he needs to move on to another club. Abdul's got his head strong. Salachis is struggling. Vestergaard's too slow, and Winks is just gone basically. So that's a major portion of our side, and I just think we'll have a rebuild if we get a couple of decent loan players, Chris. I think we'll do enough to stay up.
That, to me, and good morning, Jeff. How are you? By the way, I'm guessing it is early hours of the morning over there, and he's gone for a Leicester win. So I think he's had. I think he's had a bit of the old falling down water already. None of this. It's 2:00 in the morning here. I'm only on tea or coffee. It's what you have. I've got to say, discovery of the Christmas season, Bailey's coffee.
You like it?
Oh, yes. And I've just found also a mint chocolate Baileys as well. Well, Aldi's version.
Do you know, one of my customers says, Wayne, do you want a bit of whiskey in your coffee? I says, oh, no, I don't drink short. Says, well, how about a nice bit of Bailey? I said, no, I don't really like alcohol in coffee. But you're saying it's nice, is it?
You got to, when I was on holiday, it was at the end of every meal, you got a little a shot glass of honey rum, which is awful. I don't like it. But with it being Christmas, they were bringing around Baileys, and of course there were bigger glasses because of Baileys. And Gray agreed. And I never had it. And I said, well, what? He said, oh, it's Baileys. Now I'm 64 years old, and I've never had Baileys in my life. And I took a sip, and I thought, this is rather nice. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. So every time I went for a meal, it was like, would you like an aperitif? Yeah, or whatever they call it at the end. Have a Baileys, please. And then my son on Boxing Day said, Dad, you need to try a Baileys in your coffee. I went, oh, yeah, go on then. Odd. Yes. I'd have walked over Pamela Anderson to have one of those coffees.
I've got visions of you having a full English breakfast and getting some Baileys on it.
No, not quite. Over my cornflakes, maybe,
I saw somebody over Christmas, they were putting mayo on their Christmas dinner.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
My daughter loves mayo and she loves tomato sauce on everything, but even she didn't have it on the Christmas dinner. My late stepdad-in-law, who passed, rest in peace, Kevin, he'd have had tomato sauce on his Christmas dinner.
Yeah, I used to get told off as a grandchild for asking for tomato sauce on my Sunday dinner.
Yes, yeah. Jay, yeah, and this is how bad we're thinking about Leicester. We're talking alcoholic drinks here. Apparently, Bailey's Terry's Chocolate Orange Bailey's is lovely. And I was supposed to try that. In fact, somebody, my son and his wife had that, and they were going to take that. And then I had this one I found in Aldi, which was mint chocolate Baileys, or equivalent. And I loved mint chocolate. And neither of us ended up taking either. We was both supposed to take them both, and neither of us did. But look, that kind of puts the pre-match to bed, talking about alcohol. Wayne, thank you very much, sir. I will see you at half-time. Let's hope we're not looking at a 4-0 deficit at half-time again.
Hopefully you'll shake the foundations through the TV, Chris, with your celebration of the goals.
To be honest with you, I don't think I could even get excited. But look, mate, thank you very, very much indeed.
Hey,
and I use the right mouse, that would help. And I will see you at half-time, young man.
See you in a bit, mate.
Cheers, mate. All the best.
You all the
Yep, it is the watch-along. So let me just get this lined up. I just hope we at least I just want to see a performance, because like I say, last night, I was ready to walk away today. I wasn't even going to do this. I just could not be asked. I'm thinking, look, why should I be asked to do it when they can't be asked to turn up and put a decent performance in? Which of course they haven't been doing. Right, let me just find how many teams. Here we go. So the teams are actually out. We are obviously in blue because we are at home. And we'll have the time come up soon. I have to say, no spoilers, and not for any of the games. If you put it in for one of the other games, we might think you're doing it for this game, and there's no spoilers. In fact, it's going wrong tonight. In fact, I stopped doing Twitch because we can't. Well, we can kick them out of Twitch, but I just couldn't be asked. So I thought, now if the wankers on Twitch want to sort of keep posting. In fact, I got somebody banned from Twitch because I complained about them posting a thing for extra viewers charging. So I'm not in the mood to just suffer fools. Let me put it that way. So if you are thinking of being silly tonight, don't think about it, as they say. Right, let me just. I'm struggling at the moment to find the. There we go. 51 of you in. Please do click that like button. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't mean anything to you, but it does mean a hell of a lot to the channel. It does get us seen in places we wouldn't normally be seen. And I'm not talking about peppermint rhino or spearmint rhino, whatever it is, either. So Leicester all in blue. The referee hasn't seen a Derby win or a Leicester win this season, interestingly. Let's just get these facts up and be ready to go. No, I can't. They've gone. So this would be, if Derby were to win, this would be their first win at the King Power. Last game of the year. Can Leicester at least go out on a high? Leicester in blue, shirt, socks and shorts. Derby in the white tops, black shorts and white socks. And immediately Derby are on the attack. There's a crossing, but it's headed out. Derby, I think, obviously they're going for the early goal or early attempt at least. A Coley with a poor clearance. Leicester can't get this away again right at the start. 41 seconds. It's a corner to Derby. We're struggling to defend straight away. And it's a goal kick. Just a long, oh no, it's a throw in, sorry. Oh yeah, it is a long throw in. It's headed! Oh, and it's a shot! It was a long throw. It was a shot from outside of the box. And it was over. Thank God. Be a free kick. Yep, the referee's actually given us a free kick. Don't know why I'm actually watching this on Rams TV. Don't know why we're not getting the Leicester. No, we mustn't be being bothered to cover it. So we've got Derby County TV, Rams TV covering our home game. So long ball up front, and it's a wasted ball over the top. Even Fataru couldn't get to that. Now, I didn't see the Boxing Day game, but even when we went 1-0 ahead, apparently we survived the first 2 minutes. Yeah, 5 of Derby's 8 wins so far this season have come away from home. It was good, Prashant. Hope yours was as well. It looked like it was going to be a bit of a disaster, but it ended up being really, really good. Look at that, empty already. Right, down the far side. Thomas. Avadidi gets it back to Thomas, who plays it all the way back to the half. Now ends up from attack back into our own half. So Thomas had that. It was down that left-hand side. He played it back to Dakova Reed, got it back, and it ended up being back in our own half. Jay. Don't blame you, mate. Oh, Chowdhury just can't even get the ball across. A lovely long ball all the way through, but still arch it way out of his goal, and he does the right thing and kicks it upfield. the moment it's all up in the air. Leicester have got the ball now. They have controlled it. But guess what? It's going to end up back in our own half. Yes, it is. And we've lost the ball again. And we give the ball away, and then Derby give the ball away back to us. And we're going ahead down that left-hand side now with Mavadidi. Ball comes across. It's very high and too far, but Fatawu has got onto the end of it. Goes towards the byline. Plays it back in! 1-0! 1-0 to Leicester! What a move! It's the Cova Reed who scores! Wow! Six minutes gone, and it's Leicester City 1, Derby County 0. Just going to have a look at that goal again. It was Mavadidi. Up and across to Fatawu. Along to Bobby de Cova Reed. And it was 1-0. Wow. You know, it's been a hell of a long time since I've played this, but it looks like I am going to be...
Go! Back of the net.
Well, 1-0. Who would have thought? Not me, I'm going to say. Derby got a bit of the old Leicester problem. An early goal conceded by them. Just out of a bit of interest, it moves us up from 14th to 11th. Southampton obviously kicking off later tonight. Mavadidi down the left-hand side. It was a beautiful cross. Well, it wasn't a beautiful cross, let me be honest. It was an overhit cross. It went very high, all the way over the defenders and strikers. Fatawu was able to collect it. I thought he was going to pass it back. He didn't. He passed it to across the goal, and de Cova Reed was there to pop it in. But of course, this is Leicester. 1-1. Bloody hell. Well, that lasted about 3 minutes. Words fail me. It was not being picked up. Should still Archie have done better? What are we going to be doing here? Looking at 5-5. Yeah, these are the only 2 goals tonight, anywhere in the Championship. Defending was awful. But how many times have we said that? You know, they were just not being picked up. He had the freedom of the King Power. Chowdhury doing well there, and the ball comes across Adjaman and goes for a goal kick. It was good defending by Chowdhury, in fairness. Now, we've seen what Derby's response is. What's Leicester's response going to be? Do you really want me to answer that, Gray? Fatawu gets it back to James. James into Skip. Skip's looking for options. Finds it in Ayew. Ayew back to Nelson. Out to Thomas on the far side. He finds Mavididi. Mavididi's got 2 on him. He plays a nice ball in, but unfortunately, Leicester win it back. Then we lose it again. Skip did well to win it back then. Unfortunately, where he was. A long ball all the way up. Fatawu took it well. Lovely, beautiful control by Fatawu. Tries to get the cross in on his right foot. Comes off the Derby player for a throw in. Ball's thrown to Chowdhury. Will he be taking the throw in? He tried to get the early cross in, Fatawu. Didn't quite come off. Okoli across to Nelson. Poor ball, and it's easily cut out, but it comes back into our own half, and it's back with Okoli again just outside the centre circle. Over to Nelson. Still in our own half. Passes it back to Okoli. He's got Chowdhury as an option, and he uses him. Chowdhury with a long hit over there. Top for Jordan James. Can he control it? Yes, he can. Turns well. He's got 2 on him, though. Now Fatawu's got it. He goes round the side. Gets the cross in, but unfortunately it was over the top. Well, say it was very tight, and it went onto the top of the net. But James and Fatawu were doing quite well there between themselves. Ipswich Town beat Coventry 2-0, by the way. Hull City gone 1-0 up at Middlesbrough. Swansea 1-0 up at Oxford. So the first 15 minutes has gone. Leicester City 1, Derby County 1. A nice early goal for Leicester, but then within less than 3 minutes, we'd conceded conceded to go 1-1. We haven't seen the response from Leicester that we saw from Derby. Derby making it. Derby trying to do a Leicester here and just keep giving the ball away. Chowdhury to Ayew, back to Chowdhury. Now Nelson can run down that left-hand side. Or plays the ball through, but no Leicester City player was on the same wavelength, unfortunately. "27 likes, come on guys." Yeah, no, I mean, well, I don't know whether Pizza Hut has gone out of business, but Pizza Express must be running their hands with Lee, thinking, yeah, we're going to get this lot down soon. Clibbo, oh dear indeed. Oh dearie, dearie me. Yep, Derek, probably am. It's the joy of modern television. You can have 3 different forms of watching it in the same house and all be on different times, which is why we always say, thank you, Kamja, which is why we always say no spoilers. Derby now, down this left-hand side. He's forced back. Derby. Again, back into the... back almost to the halfway line, but now again, a lot of space here for the Derby player. It's Adams. Oh, but again, he gives the ball away. Bataru now. He's looking for the break. And it goes out. Yeah, he lets it go out for a throw in. Well, I think it's time for number 2. Love it. Cheers, Gray. Not a good day to give up drinking. I don't know what they do on the training ground. I mean, Rude used to always say, well, they did very well on the training ground. Well, they need to do it on the pitch. Our Leicester player's down, and he's still down. Now his ball's gone out. The referee wasn't stopping the play there. It's Reed that's down. Oh, he trod on his foot. Trod on his foot and then pulled him down. So the booking should be for the treading on his foot or the pulling him down, to be honest with you. But like I said, Derby yet to win at the King Power Stadium. Let's just have a catch up on the scores. I don't think they'll have changed much. And while we're waiting to do that,
Don't understand what's going on here.
none of us do. It's a joy of being a Leicester fan. Commentary nil at Ipswich 2. As we can see, Leicester 1, Derby 1. Middlesbrough 0, Hull City 1. So Middlesbrough aren't taking advantage at the moment. Millwall 1, Bristol City 0. Oxford 0, Swansea 1. All the other games are 0-0, and of course Birmingham kick off against Southampton at 8:15. So Thomas is going to take the long throw in by the look of it, but Kovacic is just running in front of him. Got Ramsey for company there. Takes a short throw in this time though. Plays it all the way across to Chowdhury. He takes a long shot. And I think that shot came out the old Row Double Z playbook there. Remind me at half time, I will tell you about. I had a dream about Leicester last night, having spoken to Reese in the chat, and it wasn't the dream wasn't about Reese. Don't worry there. Apparently there was some disagreement over the training ground, whether it was top of Vichai. One of them wanted to get established more first. It's out for a Derby throw-in on the far side. There'll be a fair few minutes to be added on. But we are coming up to halfway through the first half. Oh. I tell you what, Akoli did well. But the flag didn't go up until very, very late. Why don't they put the flag up straight away? He does. He does. Reese does speak a lot of sense. Who's going to get the throw in? He goes to Leicester. 3 a.m. It could well have been a nightmare. What were you doing watching me and Reese at 3 a.m.? Gray. I don't think I want to know. Anyway, short throw in. Oh, what a fucking waste of time. Hamza to Reese, to Jordan James. James back to Chowdhury, and it's out. I didn't watch the last game, Prashant, so that'll be for the chat to respond to that. Hamza heading it clear. Head tennis a bit at the moment. Derby get it down. Chowdhury's free kick to Leicester. Let's have a look what was going on here. Oh, yes, he was holding him back. James held back, definitely. Salacic, short kick out to Akoli. Oh. Leicester's one-touch football not coming off. And a free kick there. I'm not sure. They've gone to Leicester. Clark. Maybe it was a handball. Anyway, short free kick for Leicester. Chowdhury's got it. Skip to Nelson. Nelson runs forward with the ball. Finds Mavididi on the far wing. Mavididi runs into the box. Looking for options. Oh! Thomas there was nearly made it. Nelson to Mavididi. I mean, Thomas deserved. Oh, it was actually a bit wider than I thought it was when I see the interview, but it was worth an effort. Hey Kanja from Sweden. Hiya Kanja. Thanks for joining us. I bet it's cold in Sweden, isn't it? First time we've played the same team, I can't believe this, in the same month since 2010. Of course, we played Derby. I've got Sheffield United, of course, coming up. Skip, oh, was unlucky there. He rode the challenge as well, but then his ball, he was falling really as he kicked the ball. But Derby have it on the far wing now. They were being kept busy between goalkeeper and defender. Oh, there's a free kick. It is a free kick. West Bromwich Albion gone 1-0 up against Queen's Park Rangers. Oh, there was a good pass into the box there, but Okoli did his job well and got it out. There's a throw in to Derby on the far side. All right, Nate. All right. You can go off people, you know. -10. Wow. It's a free kick to Leicester, is it? Okoli's gone down, stamping his feet. -10. Oh yeah, the face. Oh, we're in the face of Okoli there from Adjaman. If you're interested, Doncaster went 1-0 up against Stockport. 4 minutes later, Stockport got a penalty and made it 1-1. Reading club in crisis here. 1-0 up away to Peterborough, and Leyton Orient 2-0 up. 2-0 down away at Luton. We have got tomorrow at 7:00. We are going to have a review show with myself and Brad, and then on Friday we'll have a review show of the Thursday game with myself and Steve. Now it's a free kick to Derby inside their own half. Newport have gone 1-0 up at Crewe. Christian Fuchs obviously in charge there. A couple of Leicester players. Sammy Braybrook getting a Abdul Fatahul type goal. Now Ayu's got the ball. Oh, and he loses out. You can just see with Ayu then it was just this lack of speed that he had. And now Derby plays it back. Just takes it into this side of the box. No, he keeps it out and plays it back. Playing it around a bit at the moment, Derby. Now the cross comes in. Oh, Skip went for the header and I think he missed it. Then it's spoofed up by Nelson. This time, thankfully, it's gone into the opposition half and all the way back to the goalkeeper. Liz. Ye have little faith, it'll be 9. 9-10, who cares? Can't get that ball away again. Oh, thankfully the Derby man lost his footing. Throw into Leicester. No, gone to Derby. Oh, Mavadidi. Oh, that was unlucky. Oh, what's going to happen here? Oh, Stelarci gets it. It was Mavadidi. It was unlucky because he hit the ball and it came off a Derby player who then booted it all the way upfield. Let's just have a look at that. Yeah. And it went over everybody and Stelarci had to come out and claim it with a Coley just keeping an eye on the Derby striker. Now, Leicester. Oh, Thomas getting forward. That should be a corner to Leicester on the far side. Half an hour gone, just over. And it's Leicester's first corner after 32 minutes. Not sure where that ball is for James. It's more out of the pitch. Chowdhury heads it back across. Oh, the acrobatic there. Bound from Fatawu. 33 likes. Come on, guys. 53 of you in. I mean, at the end of the day, nearly 600 quid a year to put these things together, and all we ask for is for you to like the video. It's not exactly, asking a lot of you. Just click that like button because it actually Leicester give the ball away. It just means that we get shown more by YouTube. Oh, now there's a foul. Tataru's not happy. That all came from the ball being given away. Yeah, it went into the back of him. It's a bad position to be giving away a free kick just outside the box on this near side. Thank you, Gray. This could be dangerous. So Larchik just putting his wall in place. A wall of 2. Which doesn't seem to be doing an awful lot, really. Oh, it was a good free kick in. Leicester hoof it up the up and out, and it will go all the way back to their goalkeeper. It was and the goalkeeper slipped over. Who fell over? Who fell over? Oh, Derby. Oh, the good cross by Derby. It was headed by Brewster, and he should have done better. Luke Thomas left for dead there. Oh, and it was actually miles wide. But Luke Thomas was sold one there. Batterwood was trying to get back. And Stolarczyk was, well, he just saw that, watched it go wide. Is Clibo still in, by the way? Taro had 4 players on him there. Went down. Chowdhury gets the ball and blocks, but it ends up back with Derby. Then he comes off Chowdhury for a throw-in. I'm not reading that one out, Gray, but I know what you mean. We are looking at this, and we know we're a 45-minute team, but is this as good as it gets? Going 1-0 up, and then within 3 minutes, letting them get an equaliser. Fatawu. Mavididi now. His thing was, Mavididi had the ball there. Chowdhury's not going to get to that. So Mavadidi's running down this left-hand side. He's got one player defender against him. He slows it down, give him chance for another defender to come and join him, and he had 2 defenders on him. Hiya, Nick, how you doing? Clark giving away a free kick. Ayew doing what Ayew does best there. Look, 38 minutes. We are 7 minutes away from half time. Let's just not do anything stupid before half time, which we usually end up doing. Sin. Oh, don't know what that was. It was a shit header back in, and it ends up all the way back, Mr. Larchik. Yeah, and there's been a lot of stoppages. I thought you were saying then, let's not start doing anything stupid like playing football. I don't know what you were saying then, Gray. There will be stoppage time on for this, of course. James! Yes! Is it? Yes, it is! 2-1. Wow, let's have a look at that. Well, Derby doing their best to impersonate Leicester. There's a Thomas ball over the top. James won the ball and puts it into the net. Here we go. Honestly, guys, I can't believe this. Which Leicester is going to turn up each and every game? I have no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Go! Back of the net.
So 2-1 to Leicester. Thomas, look, we seem to like to complain about Thomas, but wow. It's 2-1 to Leicester. He took it well. It was a lovely ball over the top. James had a bit of work to do. Had to fight to get it, which he did. Held off the Derby defending. You know, a bit of sort of Vestergaard sort of defending there. I did actually go. I actually went in then to get the. To get the stoppage time banner up. So 2-1 to Leicester. We're back in front. Surely nothing can happen before half time. Well, it can, and don't call me Shirley. Boom. It does end up back with the keeper though, who boots it upfield. Nelson with a good header. And it will go back, a Coley back to Stolarczyk, who again boots it upfield. Into the last minute of normal time. Like I say, for that Dakova Reed stoppage, there should be probably 3 minutes added on. Phil, you know it well. Airplane 1, I think it was. Oh, Airplay, I think it's 2 or exclamation mark. I love Airplane and Naked Gun. Well, Prashant, if you wait yourself, don't blame me. Don't send me the cleaning bill. But I must admit, I'm ready to go as well. Excitement like this is not good for a man of my age. I wouldn't have admitted to a small accident. I'd have probably just said accident. But now, Derby. Don't know how long we've got added on here. Oh no, that was not a free kick. Right on the edge of the box. 4 minutes. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, skip there. Right on the edge of the box, just on the other side of the little semicircle. Cover is being told to go away. I don't think he's still arguing, surely. It's probably about 5 foot just outside the box. Penalty box, yeah, about 5-6 foot out. Thought it was closer than that, in fairness. I thought it was almost on the line. But here we go, fingers crossed. Crossed everything. Oh, it's straight into the wall. The wall does its job. Maybe a little bit of added time onto the added time. Wow, Skip, that was an up and under. Oh, so the referee seemed to take his time. That was so obviously a foul on Skip. £20 million Skip cost us from Spurs. That's the commentator there, not the 34 that some people were saying. And it's a poor free kick, though, over everybody's head, and it's out for a goal kick. And we're coming up to 32 seconds, 28, 29 probably left seconds. There might be a little bit more to be added on. Goalkeeper's header, but it falls to Leicester, but it'll go out. Is it out? No, it's still in. It's head tennis on the other side at the moment. Ayew takes it down. Not sure. It's half time. It is half time. We will be back in a few minutes when I've gone and watered the daisies. And we will have the half-time scores and also half-time comments from Wayne. Whatever you do, don't touch that dial. We will be straight back. While I'm away, subscribe if you're new, and please do. Look, 55 of you in. Please click that like button. We'll be back after this. Well, it might just be a Happy New Year, Wayne.
It might be, mate. I mean, what's all the panic about?
I know. And my only worry is that we're only a 45-minute team, and that might have been the better of the two halves. But look, when you watch that, if you think that we are going to be going out, let's say in the Premier League, and play like that, we would be getting battered 5 or 6-0. You got two teams here, neither of which can pass wind, and very, very scrappy. And it's just doing the simple things like passing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I did look into the derby fixtures, and really, they've not played. They've not played a lot of the top sides. They've played like Norwich when they were down. They played Southampton when they were struggling. They played teams like Portsmouth, Blackburn, Sheffield United. They beat them, but when Sheffield United was struggling, so they're just a mid-table side. And I put a note after 25 minutes. Average mid-table game.
Yeah, I don't think I could argue with that. I don't know how bad things at Leicester City are, but I'm on the Leicester City channel and I'm watching coverage by Rams TV.
Yeah, same, mate.
I'm just thinking, like, how bad? How bad are things? Maybe they didn't get paid and they've gone on strike. Who knows, the Leicester people. Hi, Jim. How you doing, sir? How is it a wedding? Did you say you'd gone to? He was going to, Wayne?
Yeah, he said it's a 6-hour drive back, but he's done the first bit of the drive, and is Bev's doing the last half of the drive, so he can watch it.
Oh, right. Well, all I can say is it's about time you made an honest woman of her, Jim. What do you mean it's not his wedding? What do you mean? Look, let's quickly go through that, because there wasn't a lot of, apart from we had 3 goals, but 41 seconds, first corner to Derby. I was watching this first, well, obviously I was watching it, I'm here. But as the game kicked off, you're thinking, and I was thinking, here we go again.
Yeah, I put 2 words down after a minute and a half. Oh, shit, we look at
it. Quite right as well. Yeah, I mean, the goal, the corner kick, thankfully wasn't taken by one of the regulars. And it was awful. And I put here, 41 seconds, Leicester City struggling to defend from the start.
Yeah, I think we started a bit nervous. I think Okoli definitely started nervously. And it's got to be difficult for Ben Nelson with playing alongside the intelligence but slowness of Vestergaard, then to be playing with Okoli, who is a little bit loose cannony in general. But I think we did develop into the defence settled down as the game went on, I think.
Yes, yeah. What have I got down here? Leicester City 4 minutes, and then at 5 minutes, so basically straight after the other, both times we were in attack, and the ball ended up back with our defence.
Yeah, a bit. I thought we did start slow again, and I thought, oh no, especially with what we've highlighted so far about us looking a bit flimsy at the back.
Yeah.
But then. What happens, Chris? Beautiful things.
Beautiful things happen. And I'm glad you were looking at me when you said beautiful things, because I have to agree with you. 5 minutes, just short of 6 minutes. Mavididi, I've got to say, what ended it was a poor cross. I mean, all right, it worked out in our favour, but it was too hard for everybody. Went over the top. Fatawu, in fairness, took it well, ran to the byline, because I thought he was going to chip it back in, but didn't. Went to the byline, kicked it, pulled it back into the box. Well, all I can say, Kevin Keegan, eat your heart out. Bobby Dick Overeed, yet another goal. And again, there's another slice of humble pie for me.
Yeah, and what a great sort of lightning to Kevin Keegan, because that is typical of Kevin Keegan, golden it, fox in the box.
Yes.
What was really interesting about that is obviously Mavididi hit the cross too high. But what was interesting is so Fatu had 2 defenders on him, and rather than playing back, he decided to take them on and get to the byline. And then as soon as he got to the byline, you watched Bobby D. Cordova-Reid. As soon as he saw that Fatu was going to get to the byline, he stepped away from the defender just to give himself that space, which then meant he can score. And that's what Marty said. He is the most intelligent football player that we've got at this club.
Yeah, totally. Well, we held on to the lead for a long time, didn't we? 3 minutes.
Exactly.
But again, look, I've just written down here again, awful defending. The guy had the freedom of the King Power. It was inside our box. Who was picking him up?
Nobody, Chris. There was him and actually another Derby player that could have had a shot as well. And one thing with that camera angle for the TV, I was trying to work out, look where the position of all our defenders were and midfielders, and try and look at, well, so who should have been marking him? And it was a bit difficult with the camera angle to see that, to be honest. Because he was completely on his own, wasn't it?
Yeah, totally. I mean, he's on the left, so I'm guessing it's Nelson Thomas. But look, 1-1, and I thought, here we go again. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Gray says, I'm doing prediction show next season and see if we'll lose every game, then we'll win. Well, we've not won it yet, mate. So that was 1-1. I mean, look, Dakota Reid again through. Coley, good defending. Derby County were through. Sorry, I got this the wrong way around. Derby County were through. Coley did well to come over and block the shot. But the flag, and I don't get why they do this, the flag went up. And it's meant to go up late, but why?
Yeah, it's crazy. One thing I do think, Coley versus Aguiman, he's playing him really well because that Aguiman is a physical specimen. He's very, very tough. And yeah, Akola, you got to say that he's played him very well in this half.
I've got here, actually. I can't read my own writing. Oh, yeah, 39 minutes is the free kick. Oh, no, I want to make this point. Mavididi, breaking down the left, there was him and one defender. He then physically slowed down, which meant there was another Derby defender came back and suddenly had 2 defenders on him.
Yeah.
And he ended up losing the ball.
Yeah, typical Mavididi.
I mean, come on, when you got one defender who was quite, there was a bit of a gap. He could have taken it to the byline and crossed it in. Might not have come to anything, of course. But I'm thinking, like, why slow it down and make it harder for yourself?
Imagine Stevie Highway for Liverpool. He used to tear down the wing. Imagine him. He'd get bollocks, he would. And Lenny Glover, all the good wingers, Steve Gupper. They wouldn't be saying, no, Steve, recycle, stop and recycle the ball. Bollocks, get to the byline and get that ball in. Yeah. Mavididi is too cautious in his play. It is too cautious. We need a different winger than Mavididi, definitely.
2-1 then to Leicester. Thomas, lovely ball over the top. James had to do a bit of work to get hold of it. He did, though.
He outmuscled the defender. So like Mavididi did win it, played it to Thomas, had a quick look up, played that ball over the top, which wasn't really to Thomas in general. It's just to an area. But Thomas, I mean, he outmuscled the guy, and his finish was absolutely brilliant. Goal number 7 of the season.
I know.
From basically a 6 or 8 position. Number 6 or 8 position,
yeah. Yeah, not from the number 10, Marty.
No.
But the thing was, he put the ball into the area. If you put the ball into the area, something can happen. And yes, it wasn't a pass as such to James, but it was into that area, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I do like, what's interesting is, so normally it'd be like the left back would invert into midfield like Ricardo, but Thomas has been pushing right up on the wing, which is really a shame. Mavidid isn't, so we're kind of playing a 3-3-3-1 in basic. So I do like it, and Thomas has got a quality foot on him. His free kicks are brilliant, and that ball over the top was in the right area. But I think it was only JJ that out of all our team, he was the only one that could possibly score that goal. Maybe Ramsey could have scored it. Nobody else could have scored that goal.
No, I think you're right. I'm just looking to see. No, the players aren't out yet. So earlier on, it was Coventry 0, Ipswich 2, Leicester 2, Derby 1, Middlesbrough 0, Hull 1, Millwall 1, Bristol City 0, Norwich 0, Watford 0, Oxford 0, Swansea 1, Portsmouth 0, Charlton 0, Wednesday 0, Blackburn 0, Stoke City 0, Sheffield United 0, West Bromwich 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Wrexham 1, Preston North End 0, and Birmingham, who have only been playing half an hour, Birmingham 0, Southampton 0. It's not a big night for goals.
No, it's not, Chris, and it's some great, really interesting. So Hull having drawn with Sheffield Wednesday, they're beating Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, like you said, if Middlesbrough could win today, that really pulls Coventry back a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and basically, I think, so Ipswich are only 2 points behind Middlesbrough, and I did not see that coming, to be honest. So
players are coming out, mate. So thank you very much. Let's hope we're still happy at full time.
Well, I've got 2-2 in the prediction, Chris, but I don't want it to happen.
I tell you what, whatever happens, it's going to be a long 45 minutes. Thanks very much, mate. I'll see you in a bit. Cheers. Oh, dear. And we've kicked off for the second half, as you can see from the timer. And it's still the same score. Of course it is. But Derby now are kicking from left to right. Leicester are kicking from right to left towards the Kop, which they like to do. No substitutions. And I have to say I'm not surprised, because I think it wasn't a great half, but I think Leicester were on top. And there we go again. It's starting to. So let me just get back up and running. We need 7 more to get to the 50 likes. So crossing the box! Thankfully defended well there. Not sure by whom, if I'm honest with you. But Derby must know that we are weak just into the second half. Have they, Gray? That's interesting. I didn't realise that. Like I say, no substitutions. So how do we all think it's going to be a long 45 minutes, guys? Because I do. So Derby now tried to get it down this near side. Thomas boots it back upfield. With the goalkeeper for Derby. Oh, he did a playing it out from the back, and Leicester couldn't quite nick the ball. Good defending there as he plays out the Derby guy down this right hand side. Tried to play a nice 1-2, but it ends up in the box, and we still arch it with the ball at his feet. Wow, I didn't realise they'd done a double. Chowdhury's down. Oh. So at 45 minutes, we've got our first sub. Ricardo on for Chowdhury. So Ricardo coming on. I presumably he's going to take the armband as well. So Chowdhury limping off. So, second half. I'd forgotten that, Gray. So Ricardo is on. Ricardo takes the captain's armband. So long kick upfield by Stelarczyk. A ball that was up. It's asking for Fatru to run on it. I think it will go out though. Goal kick. Quickly taken. The goalkeeper. The defender takes the goal kick, passes it to the goalkeeper, but then boots it upfield. Why not do that? Reed. Oh, a good ball over a few players to Mavididi. He runs into the box on this near side. He comes onto his right foot, but it hits the player, comes out. James Thomas. Back with Nelson. 1-2 with Mavididi. Bristol City have equalised at the Den. 1-1 now, Millwall, Bristol City. And Stoke have gone behind as well. Oh, wow. Ew. Yeah, Derby having the lion's share of possession at the moment, and I think Leicester, as the commentators just said, quite happy to let them do that. Yeah, got 2 balls on the pitch. Thomas kicks it wide and then takes the throw into Nelson. No, he wasn't telling Luke Thomas to get on with it. He was telling Luke Thomas to kick the other ball that was sitting on the pitch. Oh, poor ball there from Skip. Nelson, good defending. The player's down, but he's up now. No, he's not. He's kind of half up, half down. A bit like the wife's knickers. Over Reed. Ayew on this left-hand side now. Into the box. Plays it back to Mavididi. Tries to go past the player, obviously fails. Thomas. Out to Ayew again, back in the same position. This time cuts inside, then cuts back. Plays it across, but unfortunately it went to a Derby player. Good bit of play there by Ayew. Ayew showing he has got a bit of a deft touch when it needs to be. No, mate. I haven't got any clock. Oh, yes, I have got a clock in the background, yes. So, Mavididi. Leicester now. Overlap from Ayew. Thomas. Back to Mavididi. Looking for options. Ayew helps him out. Now it's with Thomas. Mavididi gets it back again. Ayew's pointing to the other side. And it's back virtually to the halfway line. Now it's back into our own half. With a Coley. Ricardo Pereira. Oh, good play by Jordan James, but it had gone out. So, you must have $6 million man hearing. Yeah. Sheffield United now have got a second goal against Stoke. Phil, wouldn't argue with any of those, mate. Wouldn't argue with any of them. A long ball over the top. It's going to go for Salachi. Don't know whether he was deciding whether to pick the ball up. I don't think it actually went quite into the box for him to be able to pick it up. But in the end, when he just booted it out, played sure. Nick, oh my God, I remember that. I played that one over on my radio show on Dorset Riviera Radio over the Christmas period. Oh, Derby down this right-hand side, but Nelson got in the way of the ball. Hey, you, the Rocksteady crew. Oh, I like the thing. Stick it in the net so that we can lead by 2. So long throw coming here for Derby near this corner flag on this near side. It's headed away, but it'll only go as far as a Derby County player. Oh, nice little touch there, in fairness, from Derby. Oh. It's a corner. Wow. It was a good little dink there, header out. Oh. So a bit of pressure here from Derby. You're the one Leicester City fan then, Phil, that thinks he is. But I wouldn't be against giving him a few minutes. What have we got to lose? Why? Well, I think when the ball touches the ground in the corner flag area, that little quarter circle, the where it's touching should be on the line or in. The fact that it's overlapping. Oh, again, Leicester got away with one there, but there's a player down. It's Ayew. Oh, there's more changes. Looks like 2 coming for Leicester and 1 for Derby. Ramsey's coming on by the look of it. Can't see Carranza, but like I say, why not? To be honest with you, technically we haven't got a out and out striker other than him. I mean, I think he might be going back in January, but all over Ayew there, but no foul given. At the moment, again, we're talking head tennis. Is that going to be too hard for... No, Derby, did he keep it in? I think he did, twice. Oh, a shot there, but it was straight at Stolarczyk. He held his ground for Majamang. 60 minutes, I suppose it is substitutes time, isn't it? So still no substitutions as Derby have the ball in their own half. I say, not a good day to give up drinking. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh! Nelson blocking. Still no changes coming. Against the corner on the far side at the Leicester end. Always a bad time to make changes, I think, when there's a corner. It's the third corner. Ayew with a good header clear there. All into the box. There, stuck his foot out and got a good boot on it, and he ends up back in the Derby half. Derby County, I think we could say, are on top at the moment. I will tell you, Gray. We've had 32 in theirs. They've had 32 in ours. It's into the box. What's going to happen? Oh, no, the goalkeeper. Kirby didn't want to touch the goalkeeper, otherwise it would have just been a free kick. It would have been a silly move. Yeah, 32 each as it stands, mate. No substitutions yet. They're there at the side of the pitch. 2 for Leicester, 1 for Derby. Well, I think the Derby one sat back down again now. Maybe they've all got a little bit of an agreement. Let's keep the ball on the pitch, guys. That way we get a full match bonus. Yeah, but at least we're up there. Let's be honest with you. There's a time when, if we had 10, we'd be lucky. Now they're going to make the substitutions at 63. Ramsey's on. Dakova Reed is off. And Ayu is going off. And Silko Thomas is on. So again, no striker on the pitch for Leicester, which is making me think Carranza will be off in January. Right, let's just go through the scores for you here. Of course, it was Coventry 0, Ipswich 2 earlier on, Leicester 2, Derby 1, Middlesbrough 0, Hull 1, Millwall 1, Bristol City 1, Norwich 0, Watford 0, Oxford 0, Swansea City 1, Portsmouth 1, Charlton 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Blackburn 0, Stoke 1, Sheffield United 2, West Bromwich Albion 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Wrexham 1, Preston 0, and at half time it's Birmingham City 0, Southampton 0, who kicked off a lot later. So it's a goal kick to. Is it a free kick or a goal kick? It might be a free kick to Leicester, to Derby County, which the goalkeeper takes anyway. So the goalkeeper takes free kicks. The defender takes goal kicks. Tell me how that one works. James! Ooh. Somebody's down for Leicester. Ramsey's down. Oh. So there's 2 subs for Derby. So not sure what's happening with Ramsey here. And 2 subs for Leicester coming on as well. think Ramsey's going off. So Ramsey is coming off. So Page and Mongo are coming on. So Page is on for Ramsey. So Page is playing in that number 10, and Monga is on for Fatawu, I think it is, yeah? So Ramsey's in the number 10. Sorry, Page. Page is in the number 10, and Monga's on the right. I hope that's nothing too serious now for Ramsey. Literally only just come back, of course. He was out for a long time, of course, with the ACL. But Mongo is on the right now with Mavadidi on the left. Now, Silko Thomas to Monga, who loses the ball. Mavadidi! Oh! Yeah, nobody really wanted to take that seriously then. Mavadidi ended up really because a couple of players ran into each other. Now Derby player's gone down. So Ramsey was on actually for about a couple of minutes. Like an episode of Holby City or Casualty. I don't think we're going to be seeing Ramsey against Sheffield United, guys. Skip with a good header. Oh, free kick to Leicester. On the far side, skip over the ball. Skip with the ball into the box. Oh. Did hit a Leicester player, or did a Leicester player? It was Nelson got his head to it, but he headed it out. Yeah. I mean, he was out with, I'd say, his ACL, wasn't he? Then he came back, he had his hamstring with us, which apparently, I'm no doctor, but apparently a hamstring can follow an ACL. And of course, we don't know what it is yet. Defended there by Thomas, goes out for a Derby throw. So we're going to have probably about another 5 minutes added on at the end, but at the moment we are in the 74th minute. Yes, Mavadi, Silko Thomas, went down. Oh, cross comes in, headed clear by Nelson. Probably one of the better players there, Nelson, today. He goes out for a goal kick to Leicester. Good play there this time. I think it was Ricardo, possibly a Coley as well. No, I think it was a Coley who just sort of watched it go out of play. Well, I think in fairness, Gray, like I say, the ACL was when he was at Burnley, and he came here. We knew he was coming here for recuperation, if I suppose I don't know if that's the right word, but to try and get his fitness back. Like I say, the hamstring came, and it looks like it might have just been that, because he went down with nobody around him at all. Oh, Leicester almost getting in their own way here. It's out for a Leicester throw, just in front of the Leicester dugout. Use your brain, says Martin Cifuentes. We go all the way back to Starchik. And plays it out to Nelson, who's got a bit of space on this near side. Skip. Now it's Louis Page, with a bit of a run. And Thomas. The ball goes in, but it's out. It's a goal. It's a corner. Sorry, no, it's a corner. Thomas, the ball was hit a defender. James is coming over to take it. That's a corner. We've not had many corners, Leicester, but it's a corner on this near side at the Kop end, which is the end that Derby are defending. Leicester are attacking. So, goalkeeper. Oh, only our last second corner. Bloody hell. And the goalkeeper took it easily. Just having a look how the tables sit at the moment. We have gone back down to 12th, purely on goal difference. So even if we get another goal, we're going to fit. 12th is as high as we can be. Wrexham are in 11th, Stoke dropped all the way down to 10th. QPR are in 9th, Watford in 8th. Wow. Yeah, the bottom three at the moment, it's Sheffield Wednesday on -7, Oxford United on 22, Norwich on 22, and Portsmouth 25, and then Charlton and Blackburn on 27. Derby got through, but Pierre doing his job there. Oh, Derby got a bit of space in the far side. Oh, cross comes in and it's headed over. Headed over. Gavin Ward, the referee this evening, giving a goal kick, although the Derby fans are claiming should be a corner. Into the last 10 minutes plus stoppage, of which there will be, I'm guessing, a fair bit. Oh, Mongo took out there, so I think it'll be a throw-in rather than a free kick. I mean, I do get this with the youngsters, that they are they, they are lightweight compared to some of these big buggers that have been around a while, but they've got to get used to it. Gray. Oh, that hurt me. That hurt me. Now Skip's got the space off James. Now it's out with Mavididi running into the box. Chips it into the box. Oh! Oh! It's a third corner for Leicester. Yeah. That was a yellow card for James. James knew what he was doing there. Yeah, took one for the team there, I think we can say. I really am hurt, Gray. Really. True, you're right. You're right, but you're pointing it out. But you are right. Can I just say, I'd sooner be in Lanzarote now. In fact, we were looking at flight times. Oh, Thomas. Thomas, good defending there. Oh, Derby now having a bit of a push late on. Sorry, there. I was just reading a message. Oh, it's got out, but Stolarczyk got that. He's holding his head. There's going to be two more changes here. Derby going to a back three for the last few minutes. So Leicester have it on the far side. Yeah, he's got the ball. '89. We're coming up to the end of normal time. I'm guessing about 5 minutes to be added on. Leicester giving away the ball too easily. Where's that going? What's that going to be? Seven minutes. Wow. Can anybody lend me the dog? Now, Leicester break. Page. Mavididi. Thomas. Back to Mavididi. That's the thing now. Derby got to come forward. Gives Leicester the chance to hit them on the break. James gets the 1-2 and it goes back to a Coley. Don't lose it there. It was in our own half. Oh, it's a free kick to Derby on the halfway line. So short throw in here. Somebody please lend me the dog. Cross comes in. Oh. Wow. As they said, it's probably the closest they've come to this half. God, this is going to be the death of me. This. There was a lot of injuries. Michael, is it Michael? Nicky, sorry, a lot of injuries in this half. I guessed at 5, to be honest with you. Goes all the way back to the Derby County goalkeeper. Zetterstrom. Thank God I haven't said his name too often. We're edging towards. We've got about 4 minutes left. Yeah, Gray, I agree. I mean, there's still 3 minutes to go. Thrasher, it does. 180, 179, 178, 177. So it's a free kick. Is it a free kick to Derby? I think it is. Oh, Stelarchi's gone and got the ball. So the first time we've played another team twice this season, could we get the double? Stelarczyk, ball high up. It's just gone to their keeper. Why not into the corner, like you say? Oh. There's another free kick to Leicester. So booking. A booking for Derby County. Now it's a Derby free kick. We are the only game, apart from the Birmingham game, that is still being played. All the others are full times. Are Leicester going to get something in the last game between? They have! It's full time! Second half is finished 0-0, and Leicester City end the year off with a win. Well, it is what it is, I guess. But hey, look, we'll take anything. 2-1 to Leicester. Do not go away. We will be back in a few minutes with the post-match. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Somebody lend me a dog. We'll be back in a few minutes.
I'll have what she's having.
Oh, never any doubt, Wayne. Never any doubt. You're on mute, mate.
Yeah. Unbelievable, Chris. Wow. Can I give you a virtual high five, Chris? Because you've actually got a victory since you came back.
You beat me to it. Yes. You see, we can win when I do a watch along.
that orgasmic yes wasn't just because we won. It's the fact that we've won and you're back. And after a difficult week, you're back in the groove, Chris.
Well, you say it. I mean, well, look, don't get me talking about the neighbours, but that's another story altogether. Look, no news on Ramsey at the moment. I know. I mean, he was literally on 2-3 minutes, wasn't he?
Yeah. You know, when he ran past the goal, he ran to the byline. You see him, he was just standing there and thinking, oh, that doesn't look good. And then he just ran around a bit and pulled up. It's a shame.
It is, but, you know, we can send him back. You know, if I presume we can. I don't know. But look, you know, somebody said in the chat, "Is he a sick note?" And in fairness, he's not. He had his long, ACL injury. Then I think the hamstring usually follows on from that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it happened with Ricky P.
Yeah,
Madison. Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even. Well, he was just walking, wasn't he, really? He hadn't been in a tackle or anything.
No, he hadn't, to be honest. But what a great performance, Chris. You know, that is a really good performance all round.
Now, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because I just want you to expand on this a little bit. When you're saying what a great performance, are you talking about the actual football that you saw tonight, or the fact that we got a win and it was, we've done the double over Derby County?
I think for the context of the last two games and where we were, I think that is a good result. I don't think it's fantastic. I don't think it's, we weren't ripping teams to bits, but everything that we needed to do, we did do, and the subs worked, and the young kids worked. They played their part. So yeah, I'm really happy. That to me is progress in a few different areas.
No, I take on that. Like I say, footballing wise, like I say, we're not going to win any, leagues playing like that. And Derby, let's be honest with you, aren't the strongest team. Let me just go through the results tonight and see how this affected us. Coventry 0, Ipswich 2, Leicester City 2, Derby County 1. Middlesbrough 0, Hull City 1. Middlesbrough will be absolutely kicking themselves. Millwall 2, Bristol City 1. After Bristol City fought back to get it level. Norwich City 0, Watford 1. I'm sorry, Tom, if you're watching. Oxford United 0, Swansea City 1. Portsmouth 2, Charlton 1. And it looked like everybody's prediction of Charlton going straight back down might be going to happen. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Blackburn 0. Stoke City 1, Sheffield United 2. I mean, Stoke, wow, they are doing a Preston, aren't they? West Bromwich Albion 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1, and Wrexham 2, Preston North End 1. 79 minutes gone in the late kickoff. Southampton have equalised. It's Birmingham 1, Southampton 1. Now, if we look at the table, we can see Leicester City jump amazingly. I don't know if I'll be able to share this, actually. Let me just have a look. Leicester City jumped up into 12th.
Woohoo!
I know. Don't, let's not have another orgasm here, but yes, the way I look at all of this season, right, it's not the fact that we're 12th, we're first, we're whatever. We don't want to go up, and we're not going up. I think we've all accepted that. But what it is, it's 3 more points that will help us when it comes to the points deduction.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. And if you look now, so how many points do you think we'll get?
Well, I reckon I keep heading towards 9. The 6 that we might get off for the PSR, and then the 3 for the late things, handing in our homework late, as they say. So I reckon it'll be about 9.
So that takes us above Portsmouth then.
That'll give us 23, wouldn't it?
No, 25, Chris. 9 off 34 is 25.
25, yeah.
Got a better goal difference. So, look, we're still within touching distance, and that isn't a bad situation to be. And out of, we threw away we could have beat Bristol, so could have had 3 wins on the bounce out of 3. But then those 2 difficult games, I just think this is a good steadying performance, as in, we're not setting the world on fire, like you say, not going to win anything, but it's an important victory.
It is. What we've got to do is to keep racking those points up. Even when we get that was the last game, by the way. Gray, no, who was it? Scott. We can end 2005 with a win. Hopefully we can. Oh, sorry. I see what. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I get it. Actually, Silko Thomas. They said when Silko Thomas came on and AU went off, we do not have a striker on the pitch. Yeah. We are not Manchester City. I don't think we've got the strength in or the players that are good enough to play without a striker. Look, how to say that Carranza's going home in January without saying Carranza's going home in January? Again, for 2 games, bring on Silko Thomas instead of your main, you one striker on the bench. Absolutely defies belief. But look, you can't argue. We got 3 points. So
you know what? When the commentator says, so Leicester have got no recognised striker, but I get why he made those substitutions. So Silko Thomas, was it Gray said, does he deserve a start over AU? I really like Silko Thomas. He works so hard. He's as fast as Daka for closing he'll chase the goalkeeper down. He's on the left-hand side, he's on the right-hand side. And the one thing the young lads gave us, like Louis Page and even Monga, they were doing a lot of defensive work and closing the players down. And I was really impressed with, even when I've made note, so the kids are holding their own.
Dirty devils. I'm sorry, do keep that in the dressing room. Yeah. No, look, Monga was on the right. Didn't have a particularly impressive game there, I don't think, but he didn't do anything wrong. Was defending. There's a good argument to say, should we be starting Page and Monga on the 2 wings?
I think we should be starting Silko Thomas. I think.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry, Thomas and Monga on the wings.
I just think Monga. I've got him on my shirt. I love him to bits. He's brilliant talent, but I just think in the squad that he's been playing in, it's not got the best out of him. And although I'd be sorry to see him go, I do think he might benefit from going to a Premier League club, playing with a better calibre of players all round. But Silko Thomas, most definitely. Jim loves him. When he comes on, he's always puts it about. He's dangerous. I made a notice. Silko Thomas crosses, closes as effectively as Dakar. He can pass the ball and he can run with the ball. That's it. So if the argument for having Dakar on the pitch is closes down really quickly, Silko Thomas does all that. He'll chase the keeper down, chase the fullbacks. He can pass the ball. He can run the ball. He's quite dangerous, Silko Thomas is. I think he ought to have a start.
When you come to think, and again, this won't happen, but you could see a front 4 of Thomas, Page, Munger, and then Edwards up front.
Sorry, say that again, Chris.
You could see a front four of Thomas, Page, Munger with Edwards up front.
You could do, and I think what's interesting now, I think towards the end of the season we will see more of the kids, and I think this was quite a pivotal game that he had to rely on the kids. He had to get Page on for when Ramsey got injured, and they did okay. They weren't doing no major cock-ups. They were chasing down. They were trying to play the ball forward as a group as well because they're good footballers. I'm really impressed with that performance against, they are a mediocre side, but they're a championship side. And I think that's a really good performance by the young kids.
I just want to go back to a comment here that Ronald McDonald has put in the chat. Feel sorry for Ramsey, but we can't afford to have a lone player who's always injured. We can't financially. But then again, I know he wasn't a lone player, but we've had Ricardo for 3 years.
We've had Carranza, so it's interesting who will go back in Jan, isn't it?
I think Carranza will go back. Yeah. I have a feeling Ramsey might now. Depends what the agreement was. I mean, Edward, we couldn't send back, could we?
No.
Jim's in again. I just don't think Silko Thomas is our striking option.
No, we need a striker, Chris. Carranza and Daka in the 4 years he's not worked out.
No.
Carranza hasn't worked out, but that's the market we had to shop in.
Yeah.
Because of our financial position. So now we've sold a lot of players and we've got the money coming through from Bilal next year in the summer. I think we'll be able to, but look how well we've done. If it wasn't for Ramsey's injury, which is the whole reason why we've been able to get him on loan, we've had 3 really good, Begovic, Ramsey and JJ, been brilliant signings. So if we can get a couple of those in the thing, I think we'll comfortably stay up this year, be able to play the kids. Has Marty been a bit too cautious? Yes. Was his hand forced a bit tonight? Maybe yes. But he's played them and they've come through, and that's really important.
Yeah, I'd like to see Silko Thomas start, but I don't want to see him starting up front.
No.
I know. Again, we're talking square pegs in round holes. We've got a striker who likes to score for the under-21s. As Nicky said, a lot of these have played together in the under-21s for quite a few years now. We've got a striker there. Let's use him. You know what I mean? Let's, why put a winger on up front, when we've got a very good, striker that can do that. I have to say, I've written down here, it was a bit like an episode of Casualty, wasn't it, the second half?
Just a bit, Chris. Just a bit. I don't know. It must have took Decord Overreed. It was injured, wasn't Decord Overreed? So he had to go off. And I think that with his age, that's the toll of all these games, isn't it? That's the toll of all these games, playing 2 games in a week. The older players will struggle with that, whereas the younger kids, they'll do it all the time.
Yeah. In regards to, I think we've been perfect tonight, Wayne. I think you and me, we should, share the Man of the Match award.
I'm just happy for you, Chris. I'm happy that you've got your first victory under your belt, and that's it.
It isn't my first victory. Let's not, make this worse than it is.
Since your globe-trotting trick, Chris, yes, it is your first.
It's not easy for you to say that, is it?
It's certainly not, Chris. I'll put my teeth in later on.
No. Yeah. Well, Chowdhury went down. Ricardo came on. So Ricardo managed to last 45 minutes, and he'll probably have to play on Thursday as well. I mean, it is ridiculous. Why are we playing? Are there games on Saturday at all? Or are we just playing on Thursday for no other reason than sticking?
Yeah, we've got Sheffield United.
We've got Sheffield United on the Thursday. Premier League Championship, there's
Yes,
no
we're playing again on Thursday.
Yeah, there's no Championship games on the Saturday, the 3rd of January. Why? Why are we playing Monday and Thursday when Saturday's completely fucking clear?
Yeah.
Somebody at the FA headquarters is so busy shagging his secretary that he's missed the fact that the Saturday is the 3rd and not the 1st. I mean, it's fucking stupid.
Oh, we are playing on Saturday, Chris, the 4th. We are. There's Thursday, the 1st of January, there's a load of games.
Saturday's the 3rd.
Sunday. So we're playing Thursday and then Sunday.
No, we can't.
We're not playing on the Sunday. We're playing on the Monday.
We're playing on the Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
I just think I think it's stupid. Absolutely stupid. But then again, that's football for you. Ayew looked a bit like Messi tonight, didn't he?
Do you know what? The last couple of games, he's impressed me, to be honest. And I do think when he's around the box, his striker mode comes in. He does want to get a shot off. But I mean, JJ is the one, and he's the lethal goal machine, really. It makes you wonder if he played up front, how many goals we'd get.
I don't think many, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Because he didn't in that number 10 role.
Yeah, that's true, Chris. He likes to come from deep, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah.
I actually put, when he made the 2 subs at 59 minutes, I actually put 2 subs, WTF.
Did you?
Because he's actually making 2 subs at 59 minutes.
Well, and then one of them he had to sub off again very quickly, didn't he? Interesting thing about Derby County, one of my pet hates is when a defender takes a free kick and takes a goal kick and passes it to the goalkeeper. I don't get that at all. We had Derby County. It was about the 60th minute. About the 64th, 65th minute. Just after our 2 substitutions, and there was a free kick to Derby County in the goal area. The goalkeeper took the free kick. And yet earlier on in the game, the defender was taking the free kick to the Derby keeper. What? Goalkeeper taking a free kick, but a defender taking a goal kick? What the fucking hell's this world come to? I mean, is it just me, or have I died and I'm in a different parallel universe where, the strikers go in goal and the goalkeepers go up front? I mean, what is going on with football?
Well, the manager obviously wants to. He's sniggering because he's thinking, I bet Chris at LTID TV, I bet he's going to really fry his brain.
Yeah, it will. It has done. 77 minutes, we only just got our second corner. Derby were sort of, in a way, Derby could have argued. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to say this is, were Derby Leicester in disguise? Because their passing was awful. They made a couple of mistakes trying to kick it out from the back. We were hitting them on the break. They were getting off the break. I mean, I wasn't impressed with Derby at all.
No, they are very. I mean, they've got 6 points from the last 18 points. The 1-1 drawn 3. They've played a few good teams, went like Southampton, like I said before, Sheffield United when they were doing rubbish, Norwich. So they picked up points there. They probably won to. So I think they are not. That's not where they're going to finish. I think they're going to be sort of 16th or something. But I think we did close them down really well towards the end, Chris. I mean, JJ had another shot, didn't he? When Ramsey pulled up, JJ had another shot that went just wide of the post. Yeah. JJ loves to get a shot off, doesn't he?
He does. He does indeed. Thomas had a good effort that just went wide. Derby then went to a back 3. 7 minutes of stoppage time, and I get that because there had been so many injuries. But what was Leicester doing? we were still trying to, and I get it. People say, well, we still want to try and play football. Let's not defend. Why weren't we just taking the ball into the corner?
Yeah, I'm not a fan too much of that. I'd rather not have it in our final third at all at certain times. And you can lump it into the corners, can't you? It's different choices how to wind the game down. But I'm not. I mean, I've watched a couple of Premier League matches recently, and they've done that, and they've got caught out, and they've had a goal scored against them. So I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, I think overall the game management towards the end was really good. That's what I like. The game management, I think, was really good this time, and that's because he did make the subs early. And he did. I know you can say, well, we've got nobody else, but we have had people before, and he's not brought the young kids on. So let's hope it's a sign of things to come, Chris.
Well, yes. We finally did it. I am going to buy a dog for those last few minutes. Like we say, it was 3 points. Was today, do you think? I wanted to see a performance. And, all right, that wasn't a Brazilian type performance. But was the 3 points or the performance more important?
I'd say both, to be honest. I'd say both. I think three, but I think the performance overall was pretty good. They weren't peppering our goal. Yeah, like Grace says, why can't we, when we're in the driving seat, keep attacking? That is one thing that I think we do question. Consider Marty says he likes to play on the front foot and he likes his sides to be attacking. And I do think Marty has tried to manage the game by dropping deep. Although sometimes we drop deeper and deeper, but that's just a human thing where we drop deeper and deeper. But I'm quite happy with the way the game management went with the substitutions. In fact, there was no major cock-ups really this game, apart from that guy being loose for their first goal, for their goal. Yeah. I think it's like a 6 out of 10.
Well, go on then. Let's ask you then, mate. Performance.
I'd say, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, Chris. Woo! Because Derby are quite a poor. They are a poor side. They've had some lucky results. They've not played. I don't think they've played Chelsea, Coventry yet. I don't think they've played Coventry yet. I think Derby are very, very average. So I'd say 6.
Well, can I just say,
football friend.
Because I've gone 6, and Alan, and I've got his official results in here, has gone 6 as well. And I was thinking 6 right from the start. Your man of the match,
JJ. It's got to be JJ. Oh, Gray gave it a 7. That's interesting.
Ooh. Well.
Football friend.
You agree with Alan.
But not you.
Sorry?
But not you.
But not me. No. I can understand, James. I can understand that 100%. But I am going to give it... I'm going to give it to Ben Nelson.
Yeah, I get that. I do get that.
I think he had a good game. I think JJ gave a performance that we would expect. Where Ben Nelson, look, as a defence, we've just come off a 4-0 thrashing. Well, 4-1 thrashing, sorry. But in that first half, it was 4-0. And I think for the defence, and yes, it was last minute at times and what have you, but he was just belting it anywhere. He was just wanting to get it out. So I was very impressed with Nelson today.
Yeah, I made a couple of notes of Nelson jumping out to squash the danger. He's just so good and mobile. I think we haven't found the person to play alongside him yet. I don't think Cody is that person, but Nelson is definitely got to be a starter every week.
Yeah, no, I agree. Wayne, thank you very much, sir.
Mate.
Appreciated you coming in. Are you available on Thursday?
Yes, mate. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Oh, I think Tom's back on Thursday for the main bit, but you for the post match. I think Jim will be back with us as well. The Americans are back late as usual.
Yeah.
They always are. Join us tomorrow, guys, at 7:00 for the review show, and we'll be reviewing this with Brad, and we'll be rating the players as well. Wayne, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
Everybody in the chat, thank you very much. Thanks for doing the watch along. See you at 7 tomorrow. Like, subscribe, share, do all that. And what else do we do now, Wayne?
We hype it, Chris.
And how do you hype it, Wayne?
It's on the chat. When you got the chat bit, you press on that. You can slide it along, hit the hype button.
And when I see you all next, well, apart from tomorrow, but when I see you next, it will be the new year. So don't do anything that would get you in the newspaper. Have a happy new year.
Happy new year, everybody.
Take care. Thanks a lot, Wayne. All the best, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Cheers.
Hi, this is Chris from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for watching and listening. Happy New Year.